Hey guys, how you doing? I think I finally found it. I found it. I've been searching for it for a long time and I finally found it. The absolute worst tier 8 tank in the game. I think I found it. The AMX 65T. I've already done a video on this. I finished. I'm done. I'm done with it. It took uh, 33 games to grind through this, and I will never, ever, ever play it again. The absolute worst tier 8 tank I've ever played. An exercise in frustration it was the whole way through, except for about 2 minutes. I had fun for 2 minutes playing this tank. Now, ironically, because this tank is so bad and so horrible, in those 33 games, I think I aced it 7 times. 7 ace tanker games in 33 games. Just I did over 3,000 damage, I believe, 5 times in this tank. I did over 3,000 damage 5 times. 5 separate games. And all 5 of those games were losses. Win rate after 33 games, I believe, was 45%, which is almost the average on the servers. I think this tank has like a 47% win rate average, so I was a little below average. Something to do with those 5 games where I did over 3,000 that were losses. So I guess I could have been a Unicom if I won those games. Because that's an old, it's a French. The French heavies are old. That's yesterday's news. The Italian heavies are in the game now, and there's new stuff. Well, you know, there's a lot of tanks, and I'm slowly grinding my way through them. I would never ever, if I was just a regular schmo like you guys, waste my time on any of these slow heavy lines. But I play all the tanks, and I'm determined to play all the lines, and not skip them and not blueprint them, so that I can have the full experience, and then give you my no bullshit opinion. So you can live vicariously through me, so to speak, if you try to decide which ones to go through. And I just loaded HE there to try and hurt that guy, because he was side scraping perfectly. I just found another thing about the game here. If I were more comfortable with it, I'd reverse side scrape here, because this has the pike nose, and this type of side scraping does not work. But I'm top tier, so I'm giving it a try here. If I was in a tier 10 game, I'd probably, well, who am I kidding? Even if I was reverse side scraping in a tier 10 game, they'd pen me. You know, that would be the right thing to do because of the pike nose. Okay, we corrected that, because you guys are, you know, some of the really good players watching are going, Claus, you're not side scraping properly. You have to reverse side scrape in that. I know, but then the keys are reversed, and you have to think vertically, and it's all confusing for your brain when you're doing that. So I play all the lines. What was I saying? Yeah, and I grind through them, and then I can give you my no bullshit opinion. And I absolutely hate this line. And I hope it's not... That time I wish I had APCR. I think with this thing you should just not even load the regular ammo. Just load a number 2 and HE, because you can't afford to bounce or miss a shot. Let's just... what do you got here? You got a really slow, lumbering, big, pathetic heavy tank with no mobility. Because there's already a French line in the game. You've heard this before. There's a very mobile, the tanks look almost the same, a very mobile, fast, heavy line with tremendous burst damage that can relocate around the map and surprise people with auto-loading burst damage with high pen regular ammo. You got that line already in the game, and now to contrast it, you get a line that has no mobility, just as big, but horribly slow, and no armor. I mean, it's the heavily armored line, but you don't have armor. You have this stupid big flat cheese turret that it looks ridiculous, and everyone, no matter what tier, can just pen you easily from the front. So you give up everything to have no armor anyway. I've noticed tier 7s, tier 8s, they shoot regular ammo at you and like that. You know, just shoot you in the front. No matter where, just auto aim, really. It just goes right through. This thing has no armor at all. Because you've bounced some shots. I know. When you get perfectly hull down and it's absolutely perfect, or the game just decides, oh, that one will bounce. Because remember, there's the there's the wargaming RNG. There's the regular RNG that we know, and that's like when you shoot someone, you roll for damage. If your alpha's 400, you can roll anywhere between 300 and 500, right? Plus or minus 25% on your damage roll. We all understand that. Because the game tells you right after you shoot what your role is, right? But then there's the wargaming secret RNG, where the RNG they use to manipulate the game. No, not that RNG. That's the other RNG that they use to manipulate the game. I'm talking about the your penetration roll. You guys understand the damage roll plus or minus 25%, but there's also the your penetration. You pull the trigger, and to determine whether you pen or not, there's the penetration roll. So if your penetration's 250, you can roll 25% less or 25% more. But that one's secret. They don't tell you that one as it's happening. It just happens. They decide. You know what I'm saying? They decide. Like your gun will have a certain penetration, and you'll shoot, but that's not necessarily the value, right? Plus or minus 25%. Like that Borsig, he had a minus 25% penetration roll. No fun for you. That's the secret RNG that no one knows about. Well, we know about it, but we don't know what the number is when it happens. How did that Borsig bounce on me? Because the game decided that he would bounce. He did everything right. He chose the Borsig. He chose the 12-centimeter gun with the higher pen. And the game said, oh, you have 246 pen? That's what you think. This particular shot, you have 246 pen minus 25%, which puts you around 190. So you bounced. Yeah, and some tanks just seem to have, let's say, a higher fun factor on their penetration RNG. This one in particular. Poor Borsig, though. I feel sorry for him. No? Probably the one guy on the team that had the highest penetration gun in the game, and he's the guy that bounced on me. Well, okay, I had a couple other bounces. I do get some lucky bounces in this thing. What was I going on about? I can't even remember what I was going on about. This tank made me pull my hair out so much. Oh yeah, because wait. Let's Russian tank. Let's spam APCR at him because why not? Why not low roll? The kill shot always low rolls. Wargaming, you're so funny. Yes, okay, I'll spend another 4,000 credits spamming my APCR to kill that little guy. He didn't even bother shooting back. Victory. Okay, this is all it takes, guys. Look, ace tanker. Look at this. What tank in tier 8 can you do less than 2,300 damage and get ace tanker? Now, did I get a lot of assistance damage? No, I got 0 assistance damage. I lost a lot of credits. Maybe that's why. It's just, how bad does a tank have to be so that you can get ace tanker doing less than 2,300 damage? Well, but Claus, you got 4 kills. Well, come on, I can get 4 kills in a... 4 kills is not extreme. This, I think, is the highest damage game I had in this tank. And isn't it ironic? Isn't it ironic? There's a song that goes like that. I'm distracted. My mind is wandering. It's ironic that the worst tanks are the ones that you can achieve, I mean, statistically speaking, ace tanker, marks of excellence, stuff like that. The worst tanks are the ones that you can achieve the highest and best results. That's how it works, right? Because 2 factors. It means that most people that play it are getting really poor results, so the bar is very low. And secondly, there's not a lot of people playing, so there's not a huge statistical sample, because who the hell would want to play the French heavy line, right? And I've always been the guy to say power creep is not good for the game, and I'm hoping that all the new stuff they add isn't always bigger, stronger, faster, better, right? Bigger gun, higher DPM. And I'm all for that. I don't want every new thing added to the game to introduce power creep. But at the same time, I've noticed that a couple of the things that they've added are just so pathetically bad. They're so horrible that no one has any interest in even playing them, right? Like there's this French line. I'm a little bit late playing the French line. It's because I heard from feedback from everyone playing them that they were just horrible. So I had no interest in playing them, but because I'm streaming and because I'm an ACC and people ask, you know, I'm going to grind all of them anyway, just to give you my honest opinion. And I can confirm, yes, this tank is horrible. But I've heard the same feedback for the Italian heavies. The Italian heavies are new, and some popular streamers, you know, my buddy Skill, and people are playing them and just pulling their hair out thinking, boy, these things are so bad. The Rinoceronte. I mean, I know there was a particular streamer that did probably the first video on it, playing it on the test server, talking about how, you know, redonkulous it would be, and if you get hull down and this and that, it's just, you know, I don't know, like fanboy sales job. But real people, you know, men, not babies, that are playing these tanks just are all saying the same thing about the Italian heavies. They're just horrible. The DPM is just horrible. The reload time is 17 seconds to reload one shot, and you're an auto reloading tank. That's an auto unreloading tank, right? Like, what are you talking about? Auto reloader. An auto reloader that has a reload that's slower than a regular reloader? What? What's the freaking point? And then not have armor anyway, really? I don't know. So I don't think they're going to be very popular. And you know, there's good and bad. Well, they're not breaking the game. They're not OP. That's good. But they're so horrible that no one has any interest in even playing them. So I think what's missing is just kind of a balance. Okay? I mean, it's not that hard, I don't think. I know I'm not in charge and I don't have to do it, but I can't help but think that, like, if they put me in charge, right? If they let me come to the offices there and look at all the test results and the statistics that they actually have, it wouldn't be that hard to balance things, I don't think. It's not rocket fucking science. No, we don't have to land on Mars to fix it, right? And I just, like, do we always have to just buff some Russian tanks and have some really good Russian lines and then kind of just add some filler? Like I can think of the Chinese turretless TDs. Yeah, there's no big deal. They're kind of slower, clunkier version of the Russian ones, I guess, right? The French heavies, which are just this particular line, not the auto loading, just horrible. And now the Italian heavies, which horrible. And what's the point? Just make them. When you got a tank like this that has an overall win rate of something like 47% across all servers with, you know, millions of statistics, is the idea, well, it's just some XP or some HP for everyone else? Why not? Now, why buff the Object 140 and make the IS-7 a little bit faster? And I've thought about it, and I realize what the answer is. You know, I can go on and on. And the answer is the same with the test server now. You know, I'm going to do a video. I'm not sure when I'm releasing this one. I probably already did the video about the Crew 2.0, and come to the test server and, you know, test it out. Give us your feedback and all. And it kind of a light bulb went off. And the answer is, yes, they are interested in feedback and user input from the Russian servers, from the Russian player base. That's where millions of players are. And really don't give a shit about if you're from North America or Europe and you go on the test server sandbox and you do whatever and you fill out whatever feedback, they don't give a shit, right? It's whatever the players on the Russian server decide. That's well, and I guess they just don't really give a shit about the French heavies or the Italian heavies, or they're interested mainly in the stuff that they're interested in, and that's just the way it is. Let's put another shot into him. What are we at here? 3,700 damage. And I make a mistake now. I think I'm going to blind shoot, take out this artillery, but I don't realize I had teammates in the north, but they're all gone, and now there's a TD there that shoots me. When I made this move, if you rewind this replay by 1 minute, I did have teammates in the north there. I thought it was safe, but by the time I reloaded my gun here, they died, and now they're all dead. Team evaporated, but no, they tried their best, like this guy here in his Caro. He's playing the Italian heavy line. Now this guy, he's grinding it. God bless you. He's reached tier 7, and he's got a tank there with the top gun, with 240 alpha, with an excruciating reload, with just abysmal DPM, just to get him ready for the higher tiers where it gets worse. Like a heavy tank, tier 7 with 240 alpha. Well, 240 alpha for a heavy tank, you'd think it would shoot fast. No, it doesn't. It just, and what's the point? A heavy tank with 240 alpha that shoots slower than some tanks that have 400 alpha. It's just, I don't know. So he's going to try his best. And he goes, oh, well, hey. When the RNG says yes, it said yes for him. Come on, buddy. Can you get Kolobanov's medal and win this game? You've got armor. You're a heavy tank. There it is. You're gonna face. You rolled for 200 and. Oh, okay. Well, he's still reloading. He's still reloading. It's just raise your PP. And just give up. The guy, when you get to tier 8, 9, and 10, it'll just get worse. And look at this, guys. This was the game. First mark of excellence. Ace tanker. Ace tanker there, guys, with less than 800 XP. And that's all you need to know, right? Look at the statistics here. 33 games. Averaging 1,700 damage per game. I'm at almost 66% or 66% marks of excellence. It's just a joke. But hey, this was the most fun 2 minutes I had in this tank. Enjoy.
Damn. A game of centimeters. Oh, I would love to. Okay, I'm loading HE. We're going for the object 279E. We're loading HE, we're going for the object 279E, guys. Ha ha ha! Take it up your ass, object 279E! Take your overpowered Russian piece of shit and stick it up your ass! Ha! The whole stream is worth it now. Yes! Super Klaus! Ha ha ha. Most OP tank killed by the worst tank in the game. 2 tiers lower. Killed by a turd. Look at this. Where is he? Let's just send him a message. Just to be obstinate. Killed by a turd tank. Ha! Now that was worth it.